And remove guys from the box, and you make it a one-on-one against Gilchrist, the safety back there.
Mack up the middle. Can he get in? Luck says he did. No signal yet. And now we do a touchdown. Second of the day for Marlon Mack. And the Doug Martin fumble proves costly here for the Raiders.
So what's going on, Raider Nation? We have just taken another L to the Indianapolis Colts. Week 8. Now, we can point the finger in any direction you would like. We could point it to the defense. We could point it to injuries. We could point it even more toward the running backs and not having Marshawn Lynch. But we can't point our finger toward Derek Carr, who had an outstanding game. Now, I know the trolls are having a lot of fun on these Raider pages, and they're enjoying themselves coming in and making fun of us Raider fans because our team is not doing very well. But even the trolls can't put this on Derek Carr. So at least that was one thing that was fixed. Derek Carr is not the problem. When you give him time to make decisions and be able to throw the football, then he's there. And he's on point. And he does what he has to do to move the ball down the field, which is all we can ask of him. This defense, on the other hand, can't stop anything. It can't stop anyone. We have a lackluster pass rush that a Pop Warner JV football team would love to go against. This has got to be one of the worst defenses I've ever seen, especially coming in on a new scheme with a new defensive coach. And we thought Ken Norton was bad. Okay? Obviously, Ken Norton wasn't that bad, since we've got Paul Gunther in here basically doing the same thing to our defense. In the fourth quarter, where is our play calling going? Why are we always in zone? We're not sending any erotic or exotic-looking blitzes when it comes to the fourth quarter, giving any quarterback that we face plenty of time to move the ball down the field. Hence how they used their tight end Doyle on us for the last drive. This is pathetic. This is literally pathetic that it has stooped this low to where, regardless on whether we catch a bye week to get enough rest, to where we are playing the game correctly on the offensive side of the ball, we still lose. Doug Martin coughed up the football, and I've been very critical of Doug Martin. And we're going to go over the stats just to show exactly how well that the offense did. But Doug Martin coughed up the football after having it punched out when he ran on basically our second to last possession of the game with 5:35 left to go in the fourth. That play killed us. It literally did. And that killed the momentum, and it shifted the momentum to the Colts, who drove right down the field and punched the ball into the end zone. I'm starting to sound like a broken record. We have no pass rush. We have no defense, and defense lost us this game, along with our running backs. Jalen Richard did well. And even Doug Martin, actually, I think he got close to 80 yards rushing. But that fumble was crucial. I mean, I don't know what to think anymore. I don't think that we're going to get another win this year. Well, we might get one more. We might beat San Francisco next week on Thursday. But when we face any decent teams, any teams who half-ass got their shit together, we're not going to win. And we proved it today. Dumpster fire confirmed. This team is in trouble. At least this season anyway. We might as well just go ahead and throw this season out of the window and start dreaming about draft day. Now, I swore that I would try to keep this as professional as possible. I don't even want to go into the stats. I don't. I still might, but I don't even want to go into the stats. I sit around, just like most of us throughout the offseason, just ecstatic and can't wait for football season to start. The anticipation of football season coming back is one of the best feelings I've had growing up as a child into the man that I am. And I've always enjoyed the offseason because of, the expectations and the anticipation of what we're going to see from the team. Year in and year out, we have all watched this team make their moves, give us this false sense of confidence, just to bring us into a season and blow it and just lose it for us fans and lose it for themselves and completely just wreck us throughout the complete entire football season. It's heartbreaking. It sucks. Because these motherfuckers act like that they don't want to win. And they do try, and when they do try, it still doesn't work. It seems like we're rebuilding every other couple years. Since when has losing been okay? Since when has losing been okay? We've been losing for so long, and I have been with this team since 1986. I've seen a few winning seasons, and I've seen a lot of losing seasons. When did we ever start settling for losses? Because that's what it seems like to me. A losing culture. We have been losing and losing and losing and losing, and we're supposed to sit here and accept it. We are supposed to be okay with the fact that we keep losing year in and year out, and we are fed this bullshit about how we need to be patient. I have been patient, motherfucker. I've been patient for 13 fucking years. I've been patient for 20 years. I'm tired of fucking losing. This is fucking horrendous. Last year, Jack Del Rio completely lost the locker room. The locker room got completely divided. Politics completely broke this team apart, and we haven't been the same team since. We bring in John Gruden for $100 million for 10 years, and he gets, from the look of it, we're only looking like we're getting 2 wins this year. But everybody's fine with this? Everybody's fine with this. Because every time I go into a chat room, every time I go into a press conference, the only people talking shit are the trolls. There's a few Raider fans who got their heads on straight. They know what they're talking about. But fandom kills what I believe to be common sense. We cannot be settling for a losing culture. And we can sit there and say everything you want or anything that John Gruden says about how he's trying to build a winning culture, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it at all. I will say that the chemistry was a little bit better this game, and we did put up a lot more points than what we did in London versus the Seahawks 2 weeks ago. But we still did not bring a W to the team. I don't know what else to say. I can say that I'm tired of losing, and I can rant and rave about how this defense sucks and how it lost the game for us, or how Doug Martin fumbled the football. But it is what it is. I'm supposed to settle for this. We're all supposed to settle for this because we're rebuilding. Tired of fucking losing, man. I'm tired of losing. And why shouldn't I be tired of losing? We've been losing for so fucking long. Some of us are just numb to it. I'm sorry, I'm not. You know, I'm not numb to the losses. Every single loss hurts just that much more. Some of you agree, some of you may not. But it sucks, man. I hate losing. So I said I wasn't going to go into the stats, but fuck it, why not? Let's go into the stats. So here we go. I actually have to record this portion again because I messed up on the first one. But we're going to go over the stats, which actually I said we weren't going to do. But I'm going to go ahead and go over it anyway, just to kind of prove a point. Derek Carr went 21 of 28 for 244 yards and 3 touchdowns. No interceptions. Doug Martin, 13 carries for 72 yards. He was averaging 5.5 yards a carry. Jalen Richard, 2 for 14. Dwayne Harris, 1 for 13. DeAndre Washington, 1 for 4. And Derek Carr had 2 for 0, but he did have a touchdown. Now, Doug Martin fumbled the ball away in a very crucial point in the game. Jared Cook had 4 receptions for 74 yards out of 5 targets with 1 touchdown. Jalen Richard had 8 receptions for 50 yards off of 8 targets. He didn't score a touchdown, though. Seth Roberts had 2 receptions for 42 yards, 1 touchdown. He was targeted 4 times. Brandon LaFell had 3 receptions for 39 yards, 1 touchdown. He was also targeted 4 times. Doug Martin was targeted twice. He had 2 receptions for 17 yards. Jordy Nelson, being targeted 4 times, had 1 reception for 14 yards, and Keith Smith targeted 1 time for 1 reception for 8 yards. Sorry about that. Fumbles, Doug Martin. This was the turning point right here. That's what did it. That's what helped us lose this game. Now, interceptions, we didn't have any of those. But Eric Harris had 2 passes deflected. Nicholas Morrow had 1, and so did Garyon Conley. We go over the defense. Our best tackler was Markel Lee with 7 tackles, 4 assists. Tahir Whitehead, 6 tackles, 1 assist. Eric Harris, 6 tackles, 0 assists. Kyle Wilbur, 5 tackles, 1 assist. Now, why is this dude on the football team? This is the dude who had the horse collar that costed us that critical first down. I know we have the cap money. Why didn't we sign Navarro Bowman back to another deal instead of putting our faith in people like this who honestly I've never heard of and probably shouldn't be playing in the league? Jonathan Hankins had 5 tackles for 4 assists and 4 assists. Marcus Gilchrist, 4 tackles, 1 assist. Carl Joseph, 3 tackles, 2 assists. Probably go ahead and be able to trade him now since he had a pretty good game. Daryl Worley had 3 tackles. Fadal Brown had 3 tackles. Frosty Rucker had 2 tackles, 1 assist. Gary Conley had 2 tackles, 1 assist. Maurice Hurst with 2 tackles. Nick Nelson with 2 tackles. Leon Hall with 1. Nicholas Morrow, 1 and 1. PJ Hall, 1 and 1. Clint McDonald had 1 assist, and Arden Key had 2 assists. Our kicker didn't kick any field goals today, but he was 4 for 4 on extra points. Looked a lot better than Matt McCrane. And Johnny Townsend, 2 punts, 40 average, and his long was 55. So why don't we go ahead and go over to the Colts to see what our defense actually gave up. Because even though looking over all the tackles and stuff that our defense made does not show exactly what we did wrong. Andrew Luck went 22 of 31 for 239 yards and 3 touchdowns. Marlon Mack, 25 carries for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. Nyheim Hines, 11 carries for 78 yards, no touchdowns, but he was averaging 7.1 yards a carry. Now look, just looking at this right here, our defense got worked in the pass and the run. Our defense lost us this game. Regardless on whether Doug Martin fumbled that football or not, if our defense would have stepped up to play the game of football and stop these motherfuckers instead of giving them first down after first down after first down after first down, and then touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, we could have fucking competed in this football game. But no, we didn't do that. Our defense just basically threw that shit out the window. All right. So we're getting worked in the middle of the field, obviously. Jack Doyle had 6 receptions for 70 yards and a touchdown. By the way, they didn't really start using him until the 4th quarter. So, yeah, they decided to break him out and then just rip us a new asshole with Jack Doyle. After they were already fucking us up with Dontrell Inman, he had 6 receptions for 52 yards, 7 targets. Eric Ebron, oh look, another tight end. 3 receptions, 37 yards, and a touchdown. 3 targets. T.Y. Hilton, 1 reception for 34 yards, 5 targets, which we shut him down, obviously. And then, of course, you could just look over the rest of the stats here. I mean, there's really nothing to go over when you go and look at them because it states it in almost the first 20 words I speak. With Andrew Luck throwing for 239 yards and 3 touchdowns, obviously we're not stopping the pass. And then to give up a combined total of in between 4 people running the ball at 212 yards, we're not stopping the run either. So Raider Nation, this is where we are. We are 1-6. We are tied in a 4-way tie for the, well, I believe it's either a 4-way or a 3-way tie for the worst team in the NFL. So this is what we paid John Gruden for. Now, I was going to do a little bashing segment on Greg Olsen and how I believe he was unlucky to come back here. Because, to be honest with you, Greg Olsen does not have the best track record with us. And it was Derek Carr's rookie season, and when he first came in, and we went 3-13. Well, it doesn't look like that we're doing any better this year with Greg Olsen as our offensive coordinator. Now, a lot of people can say that it's because, oh, John Gruden is calling the plays, or whatever. I honestly believe that he's bad luck. I just think he's absolute bad luck. And even with the stellar offensive play that we did today, I'm not going to bash Greg Olsen right now. If anything, I should be bashing on Paul Gunther. Because regardless, the offense is what's been focused on. And everybody, including myself, has overlooked the defense, has made excuses for the defense ever since Khalil Mack was traded. Everybody on that defense is professional football players. You guys get paid in the hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, to play a sport, to entertain us. But you're also supposed to be winning. You're not supposed to be laying down and giving up. And that's exactly all I've seen out of this team every game this season. This defense is not good. And I have praised this defense at times. I praised them during the Cleveland Browns game. But since then, I haven't seen anything to make me happy about this football team or this defense. And I see the offense actually improving. Everybody wants to rag on the offense. And a lot of us are ragging on the defense too. But I do believe that if we need to fix anything right now, we need to stop the fire sale and we need to start fixing our defense. Regardless on however we got to do it. We need a competent linebacker who can make proper reads. Why don't we have Navarro Bowman in the building? So anyway, this was your post-game review for Week 8. The Colts at the Raiders, where the Raiders suffered an L at home against the Colts, losing 42-28. This is the Raider Critique, man. I'm signing out of here. I'll see you guys next video. And I do want to thank all the new and old subscribers for tuning into the channel. I greatly appreciate all of your support. And I'm pretty sure that the team appreciates you guys supporting somebody who is still supporting the team. Because honestly, with the way this team's playing, I'm surprised any of us are supporting. I'm signing out of here.